So you really think you're doing anything, right? Well, in a sense, yes, but also not really. You are just being imagined, okay? It is your higher self because you're living in a simulation, okay? So it is your higher self, aka the player within the game that is actually playing the game, okay? Just like when you see a video game, there's someone outside the game that is playing the game, and the one that is playing the game that is outside the game is a real you, and the one inside the game, the physical you, just like you're seeing me right now, that is one in the game, that is the avatar, okay? So that is the one that is being imagined, okay? You're inside a dream that the real you is dreaming. The real you is dreaming you and is dreaming every part of your life, okay? So your life experience is actually just like a dream, okay? So whatever you think you're doing is actually just all an imagination, okay? There is not really much of a difference between a real dream when you're sleeping at night and the dream you're having right now. So this one just takes longer and seems more real, but in essence it's quite the same because there, in a dream, is there really time? No, right? There's just a singularity, and when you perceive the past and the future in a dream, it's all happening in one moment, right? So in a dream, the past and the future are basically just ideas, right? They're just concepts. And yeah, but they all still come from one singular moment, if you know what I mean. So this is how reality works as well, right? The past and the future, they are just ideas, but in reality, there is just one moment, and the past and the future, they stem from this one moment that exists, and that's all there is to it. This one moment where the past and the future and all time, arises from, right? So even like 1600s, the year 2000, the future, like however far in the future, that's all happening right now, okay? It's just different parallel universes all coexisting at once. So yeah, the main reason why I'm saying all of this is that, I think it's important for people to realize who they really are and to not fall into this trap, this illusion that they are just this physical person, because then you can also easily fall into, you know, like so many other traps, right? Like the fact that, like fear is a real thing, like, and other stupid things like racism, right? Or, just that people are not equal. Like there can be many reasons why, people think that others are not equal, other than skin color, backgrounds, religion, whatever, right? And also other ideas and concepts, such as physical or mental illness, or, depression, or even like things that seem more vain, but for some people are very real and painful. Like, some people feel that, they're ugly and they go their whole life through, feeling this way, and it ruins their self esteem, or they feel they're fat and they identify so much with that they just can't be happy. But those are all just ideas of, you know that your avatar has adopted, about themselves. It's not who you really are, okay? So these ideas, these concepts, I mean, well, you could say that they belong to you, but it's only because your avatar, okay, your physical 3D personality as believed that those things are a part of who they are. But you know those are not really a part of who you really are, okay? The one who's outside the game. So it's important to distinguish what's really you and what is not, okay? So, I mean, you could brainwash yourself into believing that you are any person you want to be, okay? But yeah, many people have been brainwashed into believing, very negative things about themselves. And it's not always that easy to brainwash yourself into becoming a totally different person, right? Into becoming the person you truly want to be. But it's important therefore to realize that those negative things, they are not really you. So I give you another example, right? And this is why I think it's so important to really realize who you really are. um, so yeah, I mean, some people, they have really chosen the karma to, let's say, have something really bad happen to their face, right? Like maybe an accident and now their whole face is ruined. Or you see people who have acids shown into their faces, and their whole face is burnt and they can't live a normal life anymore, right? Like, it's so devastating to see, right? But these things, like, believe it or not, but these people, these souls, have chosen those experiences before incarnating. And the problem with that is that, many people, even those people themselves, often don't realize that they have purposely chosen these lessons, okay, for whatever reason. But when you can remember that, and when you know this information, then you won't identify really with, being this person who now looks ugly because of this experience, and you know you don't have to identify so much with those things, because yes, those things are a part of your 3D personality structure, but they're not who you really are as a real higher you, okay? The real you is infinite. It has no ego, okay? It is just pain free, okay? It is free of all limitation, of all fear, it is pure unconditional love. And yeah, you don't have to believe me, but this is the truth, okay? So realize who you really are, okay? So that whatever happens to me, whether, I hope not, but you never know. Some people one day may, have an accident and something bad happens to them, right? And now they lose their jobs. Now, you know, like, I don't know, anything could happen, right? To anyone, you never know. I always wish people the best, but in any case, if something like horrible would happen to you or anyone well, you don't have to say like, well, your soul chose this. Okay, you don't necessarily have to do this, like, even, because many people are not open and aware of, how, your soul chooses their life lessons and all of that, and plans their life out. But at least you can have the awareness that those bad things, don't define who I really am, okay? So yes, it's a part of my 3D life experience, but just because um you know I don't know, I because you are overweight, or just because your face looks bad because of some, um, cosmetic procedure that went wrong, those things don't define who you really are at the core, okay? Like, I mean, even if you were born with like a deformity, or whether that, the thing that is wrong with you or your face is something because of a procedure that went wrong, it doesn't matter. The real you is just, I mean, it is free of all of that, okay? That part of you, who you really are, is just here for the ride, okay? It's just here for the experience. It doesn't care so much about what really happens physically to you, okay? It always tries to guide you, okay? But the truth is that you have already chosen out some life experiences, okay? And you will go through them regardless. So that is why, when you like, I mean, some people, they go through horrible things, right? They lose a leg, um you know they like, I don't know, there's so many horrible things, right, that can happen to you. But for the soul, right, is just an experience, okay? It doesn't look at life like the end of the world. I mean, like, whatever bad thing happens to you, it doesn't look at it like, like like that's the end of everything. Okay, I hope you know what I mean. So yeah, I hope this can really like expand your perspective on things, and I feel like it really frees you up from so much unnecessary extra weight, right? Because otherwise you constantly get consumed, with things that you see in the media, like, oh my god, why does this bad thing happen and this bad thing? No one realizes there's a higher purpose for everything. Things happen for a reason, everything, okay? There are no accidents at all, okay? So yeah, hopefully this is helpful. Thank you so much. If you desire coaching with me, the link is in my bio for that. Okay, love you, bye.